So these are dried prunes that you buy in a box. And what I do to give them new life, I take the prunes, I put them in a little saucepan, I add a half a cup of wine, I add a little bit of sugar, I add some lemon zest. I cook it on simmer, let it go until most of that wine is absorbed, and they look like this. Now you say, well, why are you even doing that? Why don't you just make what you're making without doing that? Well, by soaking them or by cooking them in the wine, these prunes really absorb a nice winey taste, and they're perfect for what we're going to do next. And what we're going to do next is make a dried prune cake. Are you ready? So to do that, we need ingredients, of course. So here we have our ingredients, and the first thing you want to do is get your pan ready. So we're doing this in a 9-inch cake pan that we have buttered, and we've put a piece of parchment paper in. As I keep telling you, parchment is a baker's best friend. Why do we have it there? Because we want to be able to get out that cake without a struggle. So we're going to need flour again, and this time I am going to sift the flour. So here's a cup of flour plus about 2 tablespoons and about 3 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder and a little bit of salt. And we're just going to mix that together so we have an even mixture. Now back to our food processor. We're going to add some butter. Softened butter goes in there. And we want some sugar. I'm going to put this on. And we're going to let this go. Make sure I have that on right. Of course I don't have it on right because I have the top in there. Okay, there. Now we can do it. All right, so you get that so that the butter and the sugar are well mixed. Then we're going to add 3 egg yolks right through the feed tube. Like that. Then we're going to add a little bit of cream, about 1/4 cup. And now we're going to add some flour. So here is our flour mixture. We're going to put that in and whirl that up again. This is so easy. If you have a food processor, you can have this done in no time. So that's our batter. Every once in a while, you may have to scrape down the sides of the bowl. While that's happening, we've got to beat up egg whites. So here are my egg whites. I'll turn that off now. And now we want to whip these up. This is going to help lighten this batter. So whenever you're doing egg whites, as I keep telling you, clean. Clean is the magic word. Okay. We want to make sure that those whites can hang around a beater. See, when they flop off, you know that they aren't quite there. So that's the indication. So you need to just keep going until they don't flop off a spatula, a rubber spatula. So a couple more hits. Okay, I think that's good. Now, we need to transfer our batter to a bowl. So there's my bowl. We get rid of this. Take this out. And take this out. And now we want to just take that batter and put it right there. You see it's a little stiff, but we're going to lighten that up with our egg whites. Get that blade out of there. You've got to be careful when you use these tools. So get all of that egg yolk batter out. Don't want to waste anything. And now we can fold in the whites. Fold them in, going from the bottom to the top. Do this gently so that you're not mashing this, but you're just folding. You don't want to ruin all of that air that you've just whipped into those whites. And you keep going like this until you don't see any more of the egg whites. And this is the point where, you know, you think about what you did last summer and all those plums that you picked off the trees. It was really fun getting the plums and picking just the right ones. So once you have this ready, you put your oven on at 375 degrees. This cake is going to cook for about, I would say 20, 25 minutes, depending on your oven, of course. And you should really eat this not warm like the other tart, but at room temperature. So this is looking good. A couple more swipes here with the spatula and we can get it into our pan. It's okay if you have a little bit of egg white showing, but you really don't want a lot of them showing. My mother taught me that. Okay, so there's our pan. Now we put this in. Beautiful batter. Get it all in there. And we want to spread it around on the parchment. Be careful because it could be just a little slippery. Spread it evenly into the pan. And you say, where do the plums go? Well, they're going to go right into this batter. And as this cooks, those plums are going to sink right down in there. So there's our batter. And now our plums. Here they are raw, or rather uncooked, and here they are already steeped in the wine. And I just take them and just push them down right into the batter, just like that. This is really delicious cake with a nice flavor of winey tasting plums. So put as many as you want in. That looks good. And that's ready to go in the oven. So that's all there is to that. So in it goes.